in all of the complaints that you've handled in your career so far, uh, do you think you can shed some light on the number of complaints, or if not the number, then probably the rough percentage of complaints that were false complaints? The reason I'm asking this question is because often when you talk about sexual harassment with anybody, one of the first responses you get is that, okay, but you know what, women will be filing false complaints. And the general myth, if I may call it, or the general understanding of people is that that women would misuse this law. So the idea is that, like any other law, sexual harassment law can also get misused. Laws get misused all the time. That's how we have cases, that go to courts, and that's not specific to sexual harassment law alone. So I just wanted to hear your perspective and your experience of, how it has been like for you.
As far as the local committee is concerned, I will, and I will focus more on the local committee here because though I have, sorry, though I have extensive experience of internal committee functioning, here I would like to talk about the local committee, and I will say the same thing which I have been saying for so many years, that the problem is not of misuse, at least pertaining to the local committee. The problem is of not it being not used. See, I mean, what I mean to say is that if you have number of complaints coming in, if you have like say, hundreds of complaints pouring into the local committee, then maybe out of them one or two could be, there is a possibility that I will not use the word false, but they may not be of sexual harassment. They may be of harassment which is other than sexual harassment, but the women have not kind of understood that it is not sexual harassment, and they have come to the committee, or to kind of also give a benefit of doubt to people who say that there are false complaints. There could be false complaints if there are number of complaints coming. But as far as the local committee is concerned, the problem is that we don't get complaints. The problem is that is of underutilization of the mechanism. The mechanism is not being used. So I think at least as far as the local committees, and I am sure this is a fact for all the local committees in India, that the issue is to reach out to a number of women. And once, as I said earlier, once there are many complaints coming to the committee, then one can try to see if at least one or two of them could be false, or could not, or maybe slightly exaggerated, or whatever one may want to call it. But the problem here is that it is of under reporting. So honestly speaking, I don't see complaints coming to the committee because women are not aware about the mechanism. So only when the mechanism is widely used, there will be a possibility of it being misused. At the moment, it is not used at all.
Understood. Fair point.
That is the problem.
Okay.
But I have not come across, I mean, just to clarify, I have not come across any false complaint that has come to the local committee.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's very helpful. And again, I think the need for right amount of awareness, I think, all the discussion that we are having, it just keeps coming back to the awareness. So I think that's of prime importance and needs to be done. I think you are already doing great work in that space, and you are working with the Maharashtra State Commission for Women as well. And when you conduct these programs, usually what is the kind of response do you see? I mean, do you see that people still get stigmatized when you talk about something like this? They shy away from having a discussion, or how has your experience really been in this space?
So my experience has largely been with the local committees, because about 3-4 years back, a colleague of mine and I had organized capacity building sessions for local committees across Maharashtra, and our experience was that the problems were similar. So at that time, and when I say at that time, this is 3 to 4 years back, the local committees did not have a proper place to sit. And that is a problem with us as well. So we usually conduct meetings in the Women and Child Department office because the collector office is too crowded. And when one takes confidentiality, etc., into consideration, we need a separate room to conduct proceedings. So that was one problem which the local committees had spoken about. The other problem which local committees had spoken about was precisely about awareness, because none of the local committees are getting funds to conduct awareness and to basically to reach out to women complainants. The third thing is that the committees also spoke about lack of a SOP. So all of us are functioning in our own way. So we don't know, like I am here in Bombay, I don't know, say a committee in Nagpur, a local committee in Nagpur, which is, or say Gadchiroli, which is 1,000 kilometers away from Mumbai. I don't know the way they are functioning. So we had also, there was a discussion that there should be an SOP, there should be a policy for governing all the local committees in Maharashtra. In fact, when I was speaking to my colleagues or counterparts, local committee counterparts in Pune, they are in the process of drafting a policy, but it has not been finalized. So I think an SOP is required because the local committee has very specific jurisdiction. And I would like to mention here, for the benefit of all who will listen to this discussion, that the local committee is not an appellate authority. There seems to be a wide, myth that, if you're not happy with the internal committee, go to the local committee. But I would like to say that we are at par with any internal committee. We are not above internal committees. And honestly speaking, we don't have, I have also seen local committees doing, monitoring submission of annual reports, which is not actually a job of a local committee. It is the job of the district officer. So the local committee in no way is a monitoring body or an appellate body. It is like the internal committee, and whatever it has to do is similar to the internal committee, but internal committees do it within the organization, we do it within our own district. So I had seen all these problems when I had met local committees across Maharashtra. So I am 100% sure that they are not resolved. I would, in fact, again, go a step further and say that there is a list of local committees which is issued by the government of Maharashtra, and more specifically by the Women and Child Commissionerate at Pune. If you see that list, it just contains names of local committee members, but it does not give any contact details. Now, if I were to circulate such a list in public, how does one reach those local committees? Because, I checked my own local committee, our address and our phone number and email IDs are there. But there are so many districts. In fact, neighboring district like Thane, there is no email ID, there is no phone number. So how am I to reach the local committee? So I think, these are some of the issues which I have noticed pertaining to the local committee. And of course, as far as the perspective is concerned, I'm sure we need to work on the perspective, and we continue to, we need to continue learning and working, and understanding the problems, because, many of us who are functioning as local committee chairpersons or members, our experience is restricted to the organized sector. So we need to learn more about the unorganized sector and what are the problems in that sector. So I think there is a scope to learn also.
Yeah, very well said. And I believe that from the unorganized sector, the number of complaints would be even fewer, or probably none at all.
There are no complaints. I am not sure about the districts in Maharashtra. But as far as the Mumbai city local committee is concerned, we don't get complaints from unorganized sector. I'm sure the same is the case with the Mumbai suburb committee also, because largely the issues are the same faced by both the committees.
Mm, mm. Okay.